All right, this conversation got way more intense than I expected. Starts off pretty chill. I asked the dude to convince me of his beliefs. Next thing you know, we're comparing Jesus to Mickey Mouse. Talking about alien civilizations and animal sacrifice, logic, and somehow no one can explain what logic actually is. But here's the thing. I didn't make this video for the guy I was talking to. I made it for you. Because if you ever have someone say there's more evidence for Mickey Mouse than Jesus, and you weren't sure how to respond, this is for you. By the end of this video, we'll cover why historical evidence matters, what sacrifice actually meant in the first century, and how some arguments sound smart until you ask one simple question. So let's get into it. All right, bro, convince me to be atheist, Muslim, or whatever you believe, win a taco.
So can I ask what your position is? What are you, Christian?
I'm Christian.
So this is just a very curious thing I find with religious people, is the ability to believe in one religion and then be convinced that you're the one who's correct out of 7,000 religions, each with their own fantasies. So what makes you think
that's not an argument, right? Atheism is just another belief set as well. You just have the lack of a belief in a God. So you believe there is no God if you're atheist. So how do you know you're the right out of all the other belief sets?
Atheist.
What are
I'm
you
agnostic.
then? Same shit, different pile.
No, it's not. You know what agnostic is?
Yeah, you don't know.
Which is the truth, because you don't know either. You can agree that
I do know.
You can agree that Christianity is a faith and it leads you to become a better person, for sure. But you can't tell me that Christianity is actually from a God who sent his son down.
Why would I be a Christian if I didn't actually believe that?
Because there is more evidence for the existence of Mickey Mouse than Jesus Christ as a God.
Okay, show me the evidence for Mickey Mouse.
Well, there's actual visual evidence, unlike the Bible, which is made up of just basically old stories.
It's cartoons
that have zero backing.
I know the context of cartoons are something that somebody made up. So show me the evidence of Mickey Mouse.
Right, I can send you a link where you can actually see him. You can read about him.
I could see a cartoon of Mickey Mouse, and I know in the context cartoons are made up. I know the genre of cartoon, so I know it's a made up narrative. So show me the evidence that Mickey Mouse actually exists.
If aliens came down,
what does aliens have to do with Mickey Mouse?
I'm saying if there's another entity that came down, I can convince them that Mickey Mouse is real easier than I would have with Jesus Christ.
We're not aliens. We understand the context of human culture.
God,
do you not understand the context of human culture? Yes, of course you can convince anybody of anything that doesn't understand the context of the culture they live in.
You're clearly missing the point. My point is,
I get the point. You're saying that if people were completely ignorant towards the context of our culture, you can convince them of something. I can convince them that my toenails grow out of my forehead and then drop into my toes if they didn't understand the context of human biology.
What I'm saying is that there's absolutely no evidence that your Jesus is actually God. I mean, why would God even do this?
You said there's more evidence for Mickey Mouse, and you provided no evidence for Mickey Mouse.
Let me just...
So do you concede that there is no evidence for Mickey Mouse existing?
There's certainly more evidence than Mickey Mouse existing than Jesus.
Then show me the evidence for Mickey Mouse existing.
Sure, go look up a video of Mickey Mouse. I mean, I don't know why.
I already told you. I understand the context of cartoons. Do you not understand the context of cartoons?
Just a quick question.
Do you need to go back to elementary school to understand what the context of a cartoon is?
Looks like you want to get stuck on this point purposely so you can.
You brought up the point.
Right. It was just an example.
It's not a good example because there is no evidence for Mickey Mouse actually existing, is there?
How did Jesus sacrifice himself?
Hold on. There is no actual evidence for Mickey Mouse existing, is there?
You want me to what? Like, what do you obviously just want me to say something so you can be like, I won, and then you bring me down because
I already won, bro. I won before you even started talking.
Scared of the next argument.
I'm not scared of the next argument, right? So the fact of the matter is you said something completely out of your butt that you have no idea about. Quick sidebar before we go further. If you're watching this and you're thinking, man, I wish I had more conversations with some actual depth, then check out the Patreon. That's where you're going to get exclusive content, and this is the cool part. You'll get access to my daily Bible study. Right now, we're walking through the Gospel of John line by line. It's thoughtful, no fluff, and we keep it honest. No pretending we have all the answers, but we wrestle with the text like it actually matters. So if you want to go deeper, or you just want to support what I'm doing here, the link's in the description. All right, let's get back to the chaos. Now, if you go into a university right now and speak to a historian that teaches scholarship and you ask him, did Jesus Christ exist? What do you think he's going to say?
I never said he didn't exist. I
Oh,
said
but
he's
you said there's more evidence for Mickey Mouse than Jesus Christ existing.
and Jesus Christ as a God. You can't
As
tell
a
me that.
god?
Yes. This is
Okay,
what I
so
mean. You're
hold
missing the point.
hold on,
How, I
hold on.
mean,
Okay,
you're
okay,
supposed
fine.
to be a
Let's
good debater.
let's dive into that. So Mickey Mouse, or sorry, Mickey Mouse is a god. So Jesus Christ is a god. There's more evidence. There's no evidence for Jesus Christ being a god, but there's Jesus Christ existing. Doesn't the same evidence that says Jesus Christ exists is the same evidence that says he's a god?
No.
No. Well, how do you know he exists?
Well, truthfully, we don't. We just have evidence of
Well,
somebody like him
you just said
existing.
he existed. So how do you know?
Yeah, yeah. Well, the theory is he does. I think he was a person, but he wasn't a
It's
god.
not
I
a,
think
it's
he
not a
was just
theory. It's not a theory. So John Dominic Crossan, who's an historian, says one of the most assured things that we know in history is that Jesus Christ was crucified. So it's not a theory.
again.
So how do you know?
I
How do you know he existed?
I believe he may have existed. What I'm saying is
Okay,
he's
so how
not
do you
God.
know he existed? I'm not asking what you believe. I'm asking you how you figured out he existed.
Yeah, I mean historians, stories, previous
Historian
evidence.
stories, previous evidence. How did you specifically know?
Well, because 1.4 billion people follow him. So I mean,
Because okay, so
obviously,
just because the majority of people believe it, it's true. So 1.4 billion people believe that he's God. So therefore, he's God. So therefore,
do
there's
you
just
believe it? Tell me
if
how you
that's
believe
enough.
it.
If that's enough evidence to convince you that he exists, it should be enough evidence to convince you he's God because it's the same standard.
Really, that's the same thing to you. Somebody
That's not the same thing
existing.
to me. That's your standard. You said you believe Jesus Christ existed because 1.4 billion people believed it.
No, no, I'm saying I know of his
1.4 billion people
existence.
believed it, believes he's God. So your standard, he's God.
Sir, you should be at a higher level of intellect than this. I mean, I'm
Bro,
talking.
I am honestly, bro, I'm so far past you, you don't even understand what's being said.
Yeah, okay, buddy. I'm saying again, you're. So let me ask you a question. How did Jesus sacrifice himself if he just went back to being God?
Notice the red herring, ladies and gentlemen. He can't actually address the
Notice how you
topic or the
can't answer
subject
this one.
or the rhetoric. So he just did a red herring and I did an argument adjacent. Do you know what a red herring is?
Do you know when I say something and you
Ah,
don't
so
get it, and I actually
you
do?
can't answer that question either. So you can't answer any question at all, and you want to gish gallop all over the place to eventually till you get to a point where you say I don't know it, and you say you got me. All right, what's the next gish gallop, my friend? I'll school you on that as well. Go ahead.
Yeah, actually, well, how did Jesus? Like we say that he sacrificed himself, right? So how did he sacrifice himself if he just went back to being God? I mean, what kind of a sacrifice is that, right?
That's not what sacrifice means. How did the Jews pay for their sins for hundreds of years before Jesus? Come on.
Go on.
You said I don't have the intellect to answer the question.
Told
How did the
you
Jews
that.
how did the
Okay.
Jews sacrifice for hundreds of years before Jesus?
You're gonna answer my question with a question,
It's a simple question, right? It's just
brother.
basically helping you think, right? So how did they do it?
You're supposed to know about this. Come on.
Well, you say, hey, you're flexing your intellect. So I just want to see how much you actually know.
It's a very simple thing I said. I don't know if you're having trouble with it.
I answered your question. Now I'm explaining it. Right?
Are you like
I told you the answer. I
ChatGPT
told you
and
the
wasting
answer.
time?
The answer is that's not what sacrifice means. Doesn't mean Jesus gave up something for us and therefore that's not what it means. How did Jews pay for their sins before Jesus?
You tell me.
Come on, Linda. You don't know?
You want me to clap for you? Can
You
go
don't
on.
know?
How did the Jews pay for their sins?
Through sacrifice. What did they sacrifice? Come on, Linda.
Go on. I'm waiting.
It's what do you think they sacrificed? Come on. Put two brain cells together, make them work. Just think of something. What do you got?
I asked you a question. I don't know why you're throwing it back at me.
Come on, bro.
But Jesus Christ?
Oh my. Animals. They sacrificed animals. So they sacrificed boars and they sacrificed sheep and they sacrificed bulls. This is how they paid for their sins. Jesus is the final sacrifice. Do you ever wonder why we don't do animal sacrifice anymore? Because Jesus is the
We do,
final
we do.
sacrifice.
We actually do. There's
we don't.
thousands of people that do. Yes, there are. There's literally cultures where that's still a very common thing.
We Christians, we Not
It took
every
Jesus
other
for you to
culture.
fucking realize that you don't need to kill animals, sacrifice them. Really?
Not realize that, bro.
Is that a God's purpose? Is to do that? What kind of stupid
So
ass?
you got schooled on every subject you brought up so far, and now you're panicking.
No.
Now
You're
you're
not addressing my
panicking. Now you're
points.
panicking. Now you're panicking and jumping to like an emotional moral argument. Oh, you needed God to figure out you didn't need to sacrifice. We did need to sacrifice animals.
It's just logical, brother.
What's okay? Give me the 3 laws of logic if it's logical. Go ahead.
It's just logic, brother.
What's
It's
logic? Give me the definition of logic.
You're angry right now because I just
Give
showed
me
you
the
that
give me
God
the
is saying
definition of logic, my friend.
Christianity is a faith. It's not.
So
proved
you
by
don't have the
science.
definition of logic?
You're gonna run away soon. I'm just waiting for it.
No one's running away. I'm asking for the definition of logic.
Go look it up. Well, you want me to explain?
You said it's just
definitions to you? What
logical.
kind of
Yeah.
stupid
I
shit?
want you to tell me what logic is.
This is a really bad way of tackling arguments. If you actually want to convert people, this is a really bad way, by the way.
I'm not trying to convert you. This conversation isn't for you. This conversation is for everybody listening
just
to
letting you know,
realize
if you
how
wanna do
stupid
good,
atheism looks.
If you want to do good, answer people's questions and
Answer my question. What is logic?
You can't reply with you can't. You're
You
asking
didn't
for
ask me a question.
definition.
You said it's simple logic that you can't do those things, and I asked you what is logic.
No,
That's not a
completely
question.
twisted my point.
You didn't
My
make a
point was-
point. You made a statement.
How did Jesus sacrifice himself for our sins if he just went back to being a god? I mean, what
That's not what sacrifice means. You just
just-
misunderstand what sacrifice means.
well, explain You haven't explained anything.
I already explained that.
You're countering with questions, brother. Come
I
on.
already explained that. There was animal sacrifice before, and Jesus is the sacrifice now. So we use Jesus as the final payment for our sins.
But how is he a payment if he just went back to being God? Jesus is still alive.
That's not the point. It's not the point of giving up something. It's the point that he is the payment for our sacrifices. We use him to pay for our sin.
And what sins is that?
Any sin you want, except for the sin of rejecting the Holy Spirit.
So everything else is fine. You can go attack somebody. All good. Jesus paid for it.
Notice how you never actually address the question of logic, and you're still just gish galloping. Do you know what gish galloping is? Probably not. You haven't answered to any definition I've asked so far.
I'm not a dictionary. You can go look it up.
Bro.
It's a very dumb way of arguing what you're doing.
A dumb way of arguing is asking clarifying questions. I will let all the professional debaters know that they should never ask a clarifying question again. Any other professional advice?
You haven't answered anything, so I can't really, there's nowhere to go.
You haven't answered a single question either, my friend.
You're asking me for definitions.
I'm asking for the definition of logic. You said it's illogical. What is your definition of logic?
There's multiple definitions for logic.
Give me one.
Well, when I think of logic, I think of something that makes sense.
Think of something that makes sense. What does
Right.
that mean?
Like a god making himself in human form, killing himself, saying sacrifice for people. Gregory went back to being a god. That's not logical to me. It's like, why would a god and
It makes sense. It makes sense to me. So why is your making sense and my making sense different?
Well, fair enough, but you're looking at it from your narrow perspective. I'm looking at it.
How do you know that? How do you know
you?
you don't have a narrow perspective?
Oh, I think we all have narrow perspectives, but
Okay, so then how is your perspective better than mine if it's simply what makes sense to you and what makes sense to me? How do we defer which one is better?
I was born religious and I accept religion. However,
I was born atheist.
Great. Good for you. But I'm aware
I didn't become Christian until I was 30. So what's your point?
I'm aware that it may not be real. That's all it is.
You're aware what might not be real. What?
Why don't we see miracles today? Like
we do see miracles today.
Where's the miracle?
They're all over the place. Everybody just says that it's made up or people are lying every time it happens.
Like, can you name one?
Yeah, Bruce Van Natta having his intestines grow back. Marlene Kleeps being able to get up out of her bed after being bedridden and sentenced to death after like 20 years of being in the fetal position, after being prayed over. Those would be two examples. The pastor, I forget his name, who told his voice would never be able to speak again, started giving a sermon, and then all of a sudden he could speak again while giving a sermon about being okay with this, the consequences God puts on you sometimes. So those are three for you. Santos came in with 999, says, what sucks is that people around him may look up to him and he is this dense. He wants to judge a belief he knows nothing about. This is the Billy Carson train of thought. Say whatever, hoping it sticks. If you stuck around this long, you're exactly the type of person I want to hear from. What do you think? Was the logic solid? Did either side really land a punch? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Sometimes I read those, even when you're mean to me. And hey, if this back and forth got you thinking and you want to see more, I tested 5 Islamic miracles to see if they actually hold up. Click over and I'll see you there. They say longer videos get you more money, I guess. So I'm just gonna sit here. Yeah.